Nothing stings more than spending your hard-earned money on a truck, only to realize it's a complete disaster. Some pickups don't just disappoint, they become money pits, riddled with unreliable engines, transmission failures, and electrical nightmares that leave owners frustrated and broke. These trucks weren't just unpopular, they were so bad that consumers completely rejected them. Today, we're counting down the 6 worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, ones that flopped in sales, suffered from massive recalls, and destroyed their owners' trust. And believe me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because the number 1 worst truck on this list was such a failure that its own manufacturer completely abandoned it. Let's dive in. Truck number 6 on our list of worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, we have the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Hybrid, year 2009 to 2013, the hybrid truck that nobody wanted. When Chevrolet announced a hybrid version of the Silverado, it sounded like a promising idea, a fuel-efficient, full-size truck that could save money at the pump. But in reality, this experiment turned into a complete failure. Buyers weren't interested, and the numbers proved it. In its first year, Chevy barely sold 250 units, and even at its peak, annual sales never passed 1,500. Meanwhile, regular Silverado models were selling over 300,000 per year. That kind of gap isn't just bad, it's embarrassing. So why did the Silverado hybrid fail so badly? The 2-mode hybrid system, developed with BMW and Chrysler, added complexity without delivering meaningful benefits. While city fuel economy improved slightly, highway mileage remained virtually unchanged. The added weight and engineering didn't make the truck any more practical, and most buyers couldn't justify the extra $4,000 price tag for such a small improvement in efficiency. Then came the reliability issues. The high-voltage battery pack was prone to overheating, leading to a major recall. The electrical inverter module was another disaster, often failing without warning and leaving drivers stranded. Even the transmission was a weak point, struggling to smoothly transition between electric and gas power, creating a jerky and unpredictable driving experience. On top of that, the Silverado hybrid wasn't just expensive, it was less capable than the standard model. Towing capacity took a hit, making it even harder to convince traditional truck buyers to make the switch. By 2013, GM had no choice but to pull the plug on this failed experiment, quietly letting it fade into obscurity. Truck number 5 on our list of worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, we have the Ford Ranger, year 2001 to 2005, the small truck with big problems. The early 2000s, Ford Ranger was once praised as a cheap, reliable workhorse, but over time, its flaws became impossible to ignore. What should have been a dependable compact truck turned into a mechanical nightmare for many owners. One of the biggest issues came from its 4.0-liter V6 engine, which had one of the worst timing chain designs in Ford history. The timing chain tensioners were poorly engineered, leading to premature wear, rattling noises, and in many cases, complete engine failure. If that wasn't bad enough, replacing the timing chain was a nightmare job, requiring pulling the entire engine, leaving many owners stuck with costly repair bills or forced to scrap their trucks entirely. Beyond the engine troubles, the automatic transmissions were another weak link. Owners frequently reported hard shifting, slipping gears, and complete transmission failures, often before hitting 100,000 miles. And as if that wasn't enough, electrical problems were also a major headache. Failing instrument clusters, faulty fuel gauges, and randomly dying power windows were all too common in these trucks. Then came the frame corrosion disaster. Ford's cost-cutting on frame coatings and rust protection led to severe rust problems, especially in cold weather states. By the time Ford issued recalls for frame integrity issues, thousands of Rangers were already too far gone, with some frames literally breaking apart. Despite its compact size and strong fan base, the 2001 to 2005 Ranger became a cautionary tale of how cost-cutting can ruin a once-beloved truck. While some diehard owners managed to keep theirs running, many found out the hard way that this little truck came with big problems. Truck number 4 on our list of the worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, we have the Jeep Gladiator, year 2020 to 2021, the off-road truck that couldn't stay on the road. When Jeep announced the Gladiator, it seemed like a dream come true, a rugged Jeep with the practicality of a pickup truck. But reality quickly set in, and buyers realized this truck wasn't as tough as its looks suggested. One of the biggest complaints was its price tag. The Gladiator launched as one of the most expensive midsize trucks on the market, yet it didn't deliver a premium driving experience. The ride was stiff and bouncy, the interior was cramped for a truck, and for all its off-road capability, it struggled to compete with more established pickups when it came to actual truck duties like towing and hauling. Then came the reliability problems. Many owners reported transmission issues early on, including rough shifting, hesitation, and complete transmission failures in some cases. The manual transmission models were even worse, with an overheating clutch pressure plate issue that was so bad, Jeep had to issue a recall after reports of clutch components catching fire. The suspension was another major weak point. Owners complained about steering wander, making highway driving feel unpredictable and unstable. Some even reported experiencing the infamous death wobble, a terrifying front-end shake at highway speeds that Jeep has long been criticized for in its Wrangler models. Even after Jeep issued service bulletins and steering damper replacements, the problem never fully went away for some owners. Electrical gremlins also plagued early models. Backup cameras would randomly fail, infotainment screens froze up, and warning lights would appear for no reason. On top of that, water leaks from the removable roof panels became a common frustration, leading to damp, musty interiors and damaged electronics. Despite selling decently in its launch year, the Gladiator quickly gained a reputation for being overpriced and unreliable. Many buyers who initially loved the idea of a Jeep truck ended up regretting their purchase, and resale values dropped fast. Truck number 3 on our list of the worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, we have the Nissan Titan XD, year 2016 to 2022, the truck that never stood a chance. The Nissan Titan XD was supposed to fill a unique gap in the truck market, offering more capability than a standard half-ton, but without the size and cost of a heavy-duty pickup. Instead, it became an awkward misfit that nobody really wanted. On paper, the Titan XD's 5.0-liter Cummins diesel engine seemed like a great selling point. After all, a Cummins-powered truck should be a workhorse, right? But in reality, this engine was plagued with issues. Owners reported frequent turbo failures, fuel system problems, and excessive emissions-related breakdowns. Many ended up facing expensive repairs before even hitting 100,000 miles. Worse yet, Nissan's dealer network lacked the diesel expertise that Ram or Ford owners could rely on, leaving many frustrated with slow and costly repairs. Even beyond the engine problems, the Titan XD didn't really make sense. It wasn't as powerful as an F-250 or Ram 2500, yet it cost just as much, making it a tough sell for truck buyers who needed serious towing and payload capability. And for those who just needed a dependable half-ton, the regular Titan or competitors like the F-150 and Silverado were better options. By 2020, Nissan pulled the plug on the Cummins diesel option, a clear sign that the Titan XD had failed to find an audience. By 2022, the entire model was discontinued, proving that sometimes trying to be different isn't always better, especially in the highly competitive truck market. Nissan bet big on the Titan XD, but in the end, buyers simply didn't see the point. Truck number 2 on our list of the worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, we have the Mitsubishi Raider, year 2006 to 2009. A Dodge Dakota clone that failed spectacularly. When Mitsubishi introduced the Raider in 2006, it was already fighting an uphill battle. Instead of developing their own mid-size truck, they simply rebadged the Dodge Dakota. But with zero brand recognition in the truck world, the Raider was doomed from the start. While the Dakota had its own issues, the Raider inherited all of its mechanical flaws without offering anything better. Owners quickly realized they were dealing with a truck that was riddled with reliability problems. The front suspension components wore out prematurely, leading to constant ball joint and tie rod replacements. Many owners also experienced electrical failures, including HVAC, blower motor issues, faulty power windows, and random dashboard warning lights. The V6 models weren't much better. While the 3.7-liter V6 was underpowered and prone to excessive valve noise, the 4.7-liter V8 option had a much bigger problem: a well-documented valve seat failure that could cause complete engine failure. Some owners found themselves facing costly engine rebuilds before even reaching 100,000 miles. Sales figures tell the story of just how bad things got. In its best year, Mitsubishi sold fewer than 10,000 Raiders, a fraction of what competitors like the Toyota Tacoma and Ford Ranger were selling. By 2009, sales had dropped to just 1,946 units, and by 2010, only 9 Raiders were sold as dealers cleared out their final stock. The Raider is now remembered as one of the quickest failures in the pickup segment, a truck that nobody asked for, built by a company that never had a real foothold in the truck market. It was gone as quickly as it arrived, proving that slapping a different badge on an already struggling truck won't magically make it a success. Truck number 1 on our list of the worst trucks you should avoid. According to Consumer Reports, we have the Cadillac Escalade EXT, year 2002 to 2013. A luxury truck that couldn't handle the road. Cadillac thought they could cash in on the luxury truck trend by slapping an Escalade badge on a pickup, but the Escalade EXT quickly proved that not every SUV needs a truck bed. While it looked flashy and had a high-end interior, its reliability issues and impractical design turned it into a nightmare for owners. One of its biggest flaws was the notoriously unreliable air suspension. The system, designed to provide a smooth ride, was prone to failure, leading to sagging rear ends, expensive repairs, and an overall harsh driving experience once it failed. Owners who didn't want to shell out thousands for replacement parts often resorted to converting their suspension to standard shocks just to avoid constant breakdowns. Under the hood, things weren't much better. The first-generation Escalade EXT, year 2002 to 2006, used a 6.0-liter V8, but its 4-speed automatic transmission was underwhelming and prone to early failure. By the time Cadillac upgraded to a 6.2-liter V8, year 2007 to 2013, the truck had an even bigger problem: the active fuel management. The AFM system, meant to improve fuel economy by shutting off cylinders, caused excessive oil consumption and lifter failures, leading to expensive repairs and even full engine replacements in severe cases. Beyond the mechanical issues, the Escalade EXT suffered from countless electrical problems. Power running boards frequently failed, navigation screens glitched out, and door handles and window regulators were known to break unexpectedly. Cadillac packed this truck with luxury features, but many of them didn't hold up over time, turning the EXT into a constant source of frustration for owners. At first, the Escalade EXT had strong sales, with over 14,000 units sold in 2003, but as its reputation for high maintenance costs and questionable reliability spread, buyers quickly lost interest. By 2013, annual sales had plummeted below 2,000, and Cadillac finally pulled the plug on the model. But now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever owned one of these trucks? Or do you think another truck should have made this list? Drop a comment below and share your experience. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.